Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Today I'm giving you guys another Q&A, so let's go ahead and get right into this. When do you usually start preparing Christmas, or gifts for Christmas? Usually I really don't start doing it till December. It's a little late, but I don't have too many people to get gifts for. I mean, I'm 21, so I mean, it's just my parents, their significant other, whoever that may be, their girlfriend or boyfriend, because my parents are divorced, so I didn't want people thinking that my parents were married and also had boyfriends or girlfriends. Any of my friends that that are close to me, I'll get presents for. I guess that's really it. There's not too many people, but it's still enough to worry about buying stuff. But I like to get big presents, so there's a lot of money spending involved, but it doesn't really matter when I start as long as I can get it on time, I guess, but it's usually around December. Are you racist? What the fuck do you think? That is all I can say. I'm not going to give my thoughts. I mean, I shouldn't come off as racist, but if I do, I guess that's your thoughts. So whatever you think, man. Don't think I've done anything to make myself look racist. So, if Gohan makes a comeback, do you think there would be an opportunity for Goku or Gohan to fuse? Well, I mean, we do have the leaked image of the new arc with the new title, the Universal Survival Guide, with Gohan back in his Buu Saga gi, what he wore when he was Ultimate Gohan, you know, Mystic, whatever you want to call him, potential unlocked. People think he's making a comeback. Let's just say he is. You know, I don't know if he is or not. We have absolutely no idea. I don't think they're gonna fuse though. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. I don't think there's a chance they're gonna fuse really. Especially because Vegeta's way stronger than Gohan is honestly ever going to be, I think. There's no reason for him to fuse with Gohan. There's no reason for Goku to fuse with Gohan over Vegeta. There really isn't. Would you like to see a new Dragon Ball series that focuses on the history of the Saiyans? Perhaps it could show how King Vegeta came to power, more Bardock, and in general learn more of the Saiyans. I think it'd be cool. I don't think it would really be something that would fit as a side series though, or a spin-off or anything like that. I think that would be a 1 hour special, maybe 45 minutes. They could probably fit it into somewhere around the same length as the Bardock Father Goku special. I don't think they would pull a whole series off of it, but at the same time, it's also something I don't expect to be explored in an anime form. Maybe a manga, like Dragon Ball Minus, but that would be the biggest extent I think it would go for. That's about it, though. That's just my opinion, and I don't even think it's going to happen at all. It would be cool, don't get me wrong, I just don't think that it would be produced. Goku 100-year time skip versus Whis. I can't really answer this. It's just a guess. I mean, we have absolutely no indication of what Goku 100-year time skip's power is. A lot of people say, well, he's obviously strong on Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which he might be. That number one, it doesn't make him stronger than Whis, and it doesn't make him weaker than Whis, because again, I say Gogeta is kind of one of those characters that's up in the air. Some people still think I'm an idiot for saying that, and that's fine. You can keep commenting about it, but until I see absolute undeniable proof, then I'm going to keep my opinion on saying it's up in the air on who is stronger. But regardless, people think that just because Goku was at the end of GT with the 100-year time skip, that it automatically makes him stronger than Gogeta. We don't know. It could be that, but we have absolutely no idea. We can imagine 100 years would put him above that level, and that's very well possible. But again, it's so ambiguous to how strong he was that I can't possibly answer this. And again, Omega Shenron versus Future Trunks false Super Saiyan Blue. I guess, you know, the Super Saiyan Blue mixed with Super Saiyan 2. Whatever the hell that was. Are they ever going to explain that, number one? And number two, this is a hard one to answer because people would like to say, of course, Omega Shenron's weaker than all these super characters. And that's very well may in fact be true. The problem with GT is it does not show any good feats, really. And it's really bad at showing characters' powers. It really is. It's very, very bad. The dialogue is terrible. And again, all the feats are really bad. There's much more evidence thus far to support that a lot of super characters are stronger than most of GT. But it is something that still is very confusing. And I know I used to talk about it a lot because it was fresh and new. I really don't like talking about it anymore, and I know people are going to comment on anything I say. I don't like talking about it anymore. Until Super is over, I think I'm going to refrain from really getting in and delving deep into this kind of stuff. I think that's the smart thing to do, and I think everyone else should hold off on this stuff too. That's just my opinion. Because Super can show things off, but at the same time, later on they can contradict those same things with other things. It's a really weird thing. We should all just wait on it. That's just my opinion. After the God Essence was absorbed by Goku, if he went Super Saiyan 4, would he be strong on Super Saiyan Blue? I doubt Super Saiyan Blue was over 4,000 times base like Super Saiyan 4. Well, Super Saiyan 4 is definitely a lot higher than 4,000 times base. We don't know how strong it is, but it is, again, bare minimum, it's 10 times Super Saiyan 3, but it's shown to be a lot stronger than that. The thing is, people have to understand, Super Saiyan 1 is 50 times base. Super Saiyan 2 is 100 times base. Super Saiyan 3 is 400 times base. And Super Saiyan 4 is well beyond 4,000. So that makes it more than 10 times stronger than Super Saiyan 3. But to me, based on the boost Super Saiyan Blue has been shown to give, there's no doubt in my mind that it's a bigger boost than 4,000 times base. I mean, you're really just saying it has to be more than 10 times Super Saiyan 3. I think that's pretty obvious just by watching the series. If you're under the notion that Super Saiyan Blue is stronger than God, which it very well is heavily shown to be, it's actually had some statements over the series, and in the manga, it is directly shown to be stronger than the red form. There's no way Super Saiyan God was less than 10 times stronger than 3. Absolutely no way. It was dozens of times minimum, if not, some people would argue, hundreds. But we have no real calculable source, I suppose, to do that off of. It's all in your head. But I definitely think, even though I love Super Saiyan 4, it's my favorite form in the entire series, Super Saiyan 4. Absolutely is. I love it. Blue is a stronger transformation in my opinion, and I'm not someone that has these blind goggles on, and I'm not saying you are either, and I'm not saying anyone here watching it is. You might be one of those people, but in my mind, it doesn't matter if something's weaker or stronger. It's all about what you think of it. Just like when something's canon or non-canon, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't affect the quality or your enjoyment of it, really. Cooler is my second favorite villain, and he's barely in the series. He's in 2 movies that aren't even canon and don't even make sense in the Dragon Ball timeline. But damn, that guy is a badass. Super Saiyan 4 is way more badass than Blue, even if it's theoretically weaker. It doesn't matter. It's all about your enjoyment, and that's the way you should really go and enjoy this series. I know I power scale a lot on this channel, and people ask me a lot of power scaling questions, but in the end, what matters the most is how you feel about a form and how much entertainment and really your thoughts on it are. That's what it should come down to, not the power. That's just my opinion. Although it is still fun to break this shit down, isn't it? It is still fun to break down power. In my opinion. Not everyone likes it, but that's how it is. Again, this one's tough, but I could probably give a somewhat of an analysis on it. Super Saiyan 3 Vegito Dragon Ball Z versus Super Saiyan 4 Goku GT. Very difficult, and I think just for the sake of argument, I will not include the why do I always, every single time, I'm pretty sure Perfect Files, or it's Perfect Files that say that Vegito may even be as strong or stronger than Super Saiyan 4. It doesn't say anything about Goku, it just says Super Saiyan 4, so it might just be talking about the multiplier, who knows. I know the Daizenshuu says that Vegito in his base form is definitely stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which is obvious, right? That's a completely obvious thing to understand. But I'm going to discount, I'm just going to not include the statement about it saying it's a strong Super Saiyan 4, just to make this a little more reasonable. I never even liked that statement anyways. It doesn't make any sense because there's no way Vegito would be as strong as Super Saiyan 4 Goku. That's just very difficult for me to believe because base Goku in GT has a base form that's even stronger than Gotenks, based off of a number of things. Add Gotenks' power with Super Saiyan 3 and then Super Saiyan 4, and you have such an insane power level right there. But aside from that, with Vegito, we don't understand exactly what the multiplier for fusion is. People think it's A times B, so they say, oh, it's Vegeta times Goku. No, it's not that. The Daizenshuu does say it's closer to multiplication, though, but how close, we don't really know. And I'll try to break that down in a future video, but at the end, there's no way to accurately represent it, I don't think. But let's just say that now remember, I did a video a decent amount of time ago on how strong Vegito is, and I put Vegito above Ultimate Gohan, Mystic Gohan, Potential Unlock Gohan, whatever the hell you want to call him. I put his base above that, and maybe even up to Boo-Tanks. But again, I didn't put him as strong as Buuhan because in the manga, Vegito does go Super Saiyan right out of the gate to fight Buuhan, and that tells me that he had to. Now, obviously, he probably would have been close to Buuhan in his base, but just because of the fact that he had to go Super Saiyan tells me that he probably needed to really melt Buuhan's shit, I suppose. That's just my opinion. Aside from that, if we put him somewhere around Boo-Tanks or Buuhan, give him an 400 times multiplier, right? Let's just say that. So let's say Boo-Tanks is twice the strength of Gotenks, right? So let's just do very simple, very, very, very simple math here, guys. Very simple. Extremely simple. Just pay attention here. Obviously, Gotenks is stronger than Boo. Super Boo. That's obvious. But let's just, for the sake of this simple math, let's say Gotenks and Super Boo were even, or equal, around there, right? So that would suggest that Boo-Tanks was twice the strength of Gotenks because it's Boo, who's equal to Gotenks, added with Gotenks. So that makes sense. Okay, so I have my trusty calculator out here, so we do this. Let's just put Gotenks as a 1. 1 plus 1, so Super Boo's a 1 as well, equals 2. Of course, right? That we'll just say is Vegito's base power. This is very rough math here. Multiply that by the Super Saiyan 3 multiplier, 400. That's 800. Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, theoretically, based on this rough math, very rough, so obviously not 100% accurate, is 800. So let's just say Goku in GT has the base form as strong as Gotenks. It's shown to, I think, be stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, but we'll give Goku in GT a 1. The Super Saiyan 4 multiplier, bare minimum, is 4,000. So 800 versus 4,000, I mean, it's not even close. Even if you want to say that, let's see that Vegito's base was twice as strong as Boo-Tanks, right? So let's give him a 4. Multiply that by 400. You're still looking at 1,600 versus 4,000. It's math. Math doesn't always mix with Dragon Ball, but I thought it was fun just to show that. It doesn't mean it's right. It just means that the math doesn't add up. At least my rough math. That's just my opinion, of course, and I could very well be wrong. I'm just showing off what I think. Moving on. Why couldn't Trunks' ass pull? I guess it means Trunks' ass pull shit versus Cell and DBZ. I mean, he killed him when he went back to his timeline, but what do you mean? Like, what part of Z? I mean, when he fought him with the Grade 3 Super Saiyan? Or, like, what? I'm confused at what you really mean by this. With the Grade 3, he was too slow. With the Ultra Super Saiyan, he was too slow to do damage to Cell. That was the problem. I know in the anime, I'm pretty sure they show him punching Cell, but in the manga, he doesn't land a single hit. Josh, you fucked up last week. The producer of Super said, okay, yeah. I'm aware of this. Black was the strongest character below Beerus, not Merge Zamasu. His power stretched to no end, like Guasu said. I understand this. I had someone correct me. I remember in that Q&A, though, I did say, if I remember, what I said was, quote, it's not an exact quote, but I'm paraphrasing. If I remember correctly, the producer was talking about Merge Zamasu versus Beerus. I did say I didn't know if I was 100% correct, so I covered my ass there. I didn't say I was 100% correct because I didn't remember, and it is, in fact, he was talking about Goku Black. Yes, I understand this. I had people correct me, so I'm well aware of it, but thank you for saying it again here. So I guess if I say it in a video, people will stop saying it or something. I don't know. I'm not mad or anything. I'm just saying I had a lot of people say it. And I did cover my ass, I think. That's all. The fact that we still don't know what Trunks' new form is annoying. Do you know what it is? I have no idea. I'm not Toriyama. I'm not Toei. I have no idea what the form even is. It's something we haven't even seen in the manga yet, so we don't even know if it's a Toriyama idea or not. It could be something straight out of Toei Animation and not something from Toriyama. So we're going to have to find out. Hopefully, it's a DLC for Xenoverse 2. I would love that, but I don't know what it is, but it does look like it's some sort of false Super Saiyan Blue, but we just have absolutely no idea. We really don't. What if Zamasu took Vegeta's body instead of Goku? That's a big what if, I guess, but there would have had to have been a lot of differences in the story. I mean, that's kind of hard for me to answer on the spot, bro. But I don't see why he would have taken Vegeta's body. Who should voice Zamasu? I believe it should be the guy who voiced Demigra. Do you agree? I think that guy could probably alter his voice to suit Zamasu, definitely. I don't think he should have the same voice as Demigra. It's very difficult to think who would have to voice Zamasu, but I think Demigra's voice could fit if it was a bit lighter in tone. Not necessarily higher pitch, but not as aggressive. But whoever does voice him has to be able to put on a very sinister and very sadistic and also very crazy type of voiceover, because Zamasu in Japanese, especially after he fuses and he knows that he's losing the fight with Vegito and stuff, he just goes insane with his voice. His voice just goes crazy. It's awesome. So hopefully they get someone very, very skilled to do that. If Piccolo was able to fuse with all warrior-type Namekians, how powerful will he be? I did a video with Quaman, on how strong Namekian fusion is, or how strong is it. We talked about Gas Korloth from Dragon Ball Multiverse, the fan-made manga, and I believe we talked about exactly how we thought the fusions kind of worked. So I'll try to remember to leave that down below. If I don't, someone remind me, but I should remember to do it. How strong is Namekian fusion? I'll link that right in the description and in the comment section. I think it's worth checking out. It's an interesting video if you want to hear some more stuff from me and Quaman. So check that out. I would tell you right here, but I quite honestly don't remember everything I said in the video. That's the problem. I think we'll leave it off on this one right here. Dragon Ball Super, Goku Blue, Kaioken times 10. It's far stronger than Beerus. And let's say Beerus is only 30% of his power on Goku in the Battle of Gods arc. Only Kaioken times 4 would be stronger than Beerus. I don't care. Akira Toriyama himself told me Beerus was stronger because it doesn't make sense. So, yeah, Toriyama did an interview where he said that he doesn't plan on having Goku and Vegeta surpass Beerus anytime soon. The problem with the Kaioken times 10 thing is that was a Toei Animation choice to add that. That's not something from Toriyama, so I don't know if he's including that in his interview. He could just be talking about regular Super Saiyan Blue, which I don't think they've surpassed Beerus. I don't even know if Kaioken times 10 has. The problem is that in the Battle of Gods arc, Beerus was like, oh, you pushed me to use 10% to stop you against Vegeta. I'm pretty sure that's what exactly happened. I know it was 10%, but I don't remember exactly what the exact dialogue was there. But he had to go 10% just to stop Vegeta from raging. The problem is, if you do the math, I mean, Goku should theoretically, from that math right there, be close, if not stronger, by default, than Beerus as a Kaioken times 10 with Super Saiyan Blue. The problem is, especially when you say, let's say Goku was using 30%, we don't know how much Beerus was using. I'm pretty sure at this point they don't care about that 10% line that was used. They don't care about the math. It doesn't really matter to them, so it's something that's hard to say, but I think in terms of how the story's presented, I don't think that Beerus is weaker than Goku. I think Goku's still weaker than Beerus as Kaioken times 10. Even at this point. So we're going to have to see and find out. It's really weird, I know, but we're going to have to wait and see, I guess, if they do ever show any more of this. But that's been the Q&A, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I said I did do a lot of breakdowns here, actually, today. Now, this was a really full, really full Q&A, I would say. I understand the Blue Kaioken thing doesn't make a lot of sense. It's very, very hard. Again, it's just not something that's from Toriyama, so I don't think he's really considering that when he's talking about his own characters, I guess. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Share your thoughts on everything I talked about down below if you wish. But other than that, thank you guys for watching this video, of course, and I'll catch you later.